What is up? All right, I think I got the audio set up. How we all doing? Happy Tuesday, everybody. We are doing a shiny badge quest for Pokemon Shield here, and so far we have no encounters. Right now, I'm just kind of prepping the game, just getting through the intro here. What did Hop just say to me? What's he telling me to do? I'm really bad at reading text. Oh, I gotta go talk to my mom. I guess that's wise. Always tell your mom when you're going to do something. But I'm really excited to get this run going. I've been really trying to figure out what game I want to do this challenge in. I've been loving catching Chinese and pretty much all the gens. A I've caught a Gen 2 shiny, which or actually a bred one, which you'll actually see in a little bit here. We're pulling one up from my Pokemon Silver. Um, and then what else? I have no Gen 3s. It's probably my favorite gen, still no Gen 3. Um, Still no Gen 3 shiny. I got a couple Gen 4 shinies now. I got four. Two of which are both Gravelers and Geodude, but um then what else? We have shiny, yeah, got a Gen 5, I got a Clang. That was pretty sweet. Was really hyped about that one. That one was like so I have two full random shinies. I kind of hunted the other ones in Gen 4. But then in Gen 5 I got a shiny um Shiny Clang. It was like 2 a.m. Two of my first like random full out shinies came at like 2 a.m. So that's my lucky sweet spot. So I'm gonna be streaming most of the day on um, Friday. So tune in if you want to see that. Probably gonna start a little bit later in the morning, but then we're going all day. I'm really gonna try to get the shiny that day. And the odds are actually not too bad in this game. The base odds are about 1 in 4,000. And do I have Pokeballs yet? Because I might just start. I'm gonna be completing the decks. All right, so we got 5 balls. Perfect. Oh, 31K. So they really well plenty here. All right, so yeah, we gotta catch a little bit of everything. So what do we got here? Caterpie. What a G. Caterpie's growing on me. Honestly, all of like the Route One pokes, bugs have really grown on me over the years. You kind of write them off quickly. Um, Most of the time, but Butterfree and Beedrill are surprisingly good, like up until like the mid game. Like they can actually they wall and Kanto at least. They wall Erica pretty well. So I remember using a Beedrill in one of my first Nuzlocks and honestly had a um it just did a pretty good job like taking hits and can deal some damage. By the mid game, it's really not doing too much. But oh, nice, and it gives you experience for the catch. I like that. One of the better game mechanics that they've. We're gonna call you Blooder. Why not? But yeah, I'm gonna need a box. Most of these. All right, let's get a Wooloo. I love Wooloo. This is probably what we're targeting. This and Rookidee are gonna be the main targets for this first route. So hopefully we can end up getting one of them shiny, but I'll take anything. Literally, I'll be happy with anything. Oh wow, Wooloo is a tank. 4 level difference, and took that like a beast. All right, let's see how Ember does here. Well, it's got bad special defense. Didn't mean to kill that, but truth is, oh wow, level 4, not bad. Um, every time we kill a poke, we get slightly closer to getting a better chance at shiny. So after 50, the odds go down pretty significantly. I think they have. So we're going to be killing a lot of these first route pokes. But it's nice to be back in Shield. We'll be in this first route, so we'll get to know this area pretty well. I might dabble in Route 2. I'm not exactly sure what the encounter differences are, but um, it's going to get a little monotonous. But that's why we're here. We're going to hang out. Um, I guess I should be counting these as encounters, so we'll call it 1, 2, 3. Don't think my counter is working. Edit. How does this thing work? One sec. We're trying to figure out. All right, here we go. I think I just do. There we go. I think we should be good now. All right, so that was 3. Yeah, we are going to be trying to get that shiny Wooloo. It's gonna be beautiful. It's too bad they don't show them in the overworld. It's one of the bigger flaws of Gen 8 in the open world. I think they had the opportunity to have shiny overworld sprites, and I think they even had that in Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, and then they just didn't have it in these games. I don't know why they didn't. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the odds are once you've defeated 50, but we can actually track it through. I don't know if the Pokedex or to the Pokedex or the. I think it might be on the page when you pull up the Pokemon. Yeah, where are we gonna? We're calling you Boo. Yeah. All right. 2 Paralyze Heals in 1 ball. Do they do that? Oh, Rookidee. Yeah, let's catch a Rookidee right here. Oh, it's so cute. Yeah, shiny Rookidee. I think that's the real um, target overall. Rookidee and Corviknight is just first off probably the coolest new poke from this gen. But then on top of that, it's shiny. It's just beautiful. Look at this. Already building a team here. Pretty sweet. All right. And this Rookidee, let's go ahead and name it Crook. Yeah, we'll get we might train up keep the Caterpie in the party just because I think I want to get a little, want to get some sleep powders ready just in case we are a little over leveled. What do we got here? Blipbug, another target. Such a weird first stage, but or Beetle. It's a weird one, but I think it's one of the cooler early route bugs. Yeah, this game just did such a good job with designs. Gen 8, super overhated. It'll be interesting to see how like what treatment this game gets like years down the line. It's not quite in that nostalgia phase yet, but I think these games will not be hated nearly as much as they were um, early on. So much drama. All right, so we got a couple more encounters. We got yeah, because I caught all 4 of my team. Did I kill anything? I will call 5. We're not going to be counting these too much. I need to figure out how to get that auto counter. This is truck. Truck Heck. Why not? That's a deep cut for some people out there. Tim Rogers. He's a streamer, but he has some really good long form reviews that I recommend to everybody. All right, so does it let me go up here? All right, I think now can I go in the Pokemon Center? Nope. All right, so we can't use home yet, but I think as soon as I can get into that Poké Center, then we can start. We can bring in some help. So Pokemon I'm gonna bring in is Shiny. It's from Pokemon Silver, but it's not part of the team. But I wanted to hunt with the Shiny Pokemon because I just thought that would be cool for this. And what do we got here? Is this the lab? Wow, this looks sick. Especially when it's like zoomed out a bit. I think like the graphics look real crisp. Look, it's coming up crisp on the screen here. It'll never happen, but I would love if they just basically um, gave this game like a visual upgrade. It's far down the total poll. My top want, need is something to do with Gen 5. It could be remakes. I think the coolest thing would be keep the 2D graphic style and everything, but I would want the graphics updated. I would want the same style, but I would want it to be HD, not HD 2D. I think everybody says like HD 2D, HD 2D. I don't know if it really fits the Pokemon theme, but I think there's like a different version of that that would look really cool. I think Sea of Stars is a good example, but even that's I think with what we're looking like with the way the graphics are now, even just looking at this game, it you want it to be a little more cartoony and anime, and I don't think that's perfect, but I think if you kept that style of Gen 5, but just made it look a little cleaner, I just think that the pixel art in those games age so well, and we don't. With how some of these games have looked and the criticism they got for the graphics, it looks like Wind and Waves will prove us all wrong, but I think going back to a pixel art 2D game would be a little refreshing for people. I know people didn't love Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I wasn't big on the chibi, but I thought it looked good overall. The following Pokemon worked pretty well. I guess it was kind of annoying when you had a slow Pokemon following and it would just get way behind you. That was always a little, I was like, I think that could be. It's just you're just like poor little guy. Like I'm always gonna run places. I'm not gonna walk slow. I'm not really into. I like role playing a team or a theme to a team, but I'm not like gonna walk slow throughout the game so my slow poke can keep up with me. All right, I didn't read a bit of that dialogue. Oh, we got the Pokedex. That's what just happened. All right, got a potion. Thank you, sir. You're a gentleman. Yeah, but all right, huh. Damn, a lot of cutscenes early in this game. I just want to get to my hunt. Are we are we battling him again? All right, in the Pokemon Center. This is a good sign. I think we're gonna be able to connect to home now. All right, we might also need to get some nicer clothes because I'm not a big fan of what that thing on his head right now. I do like all the once they brought in the clothing options and you got to customize your character, I loved that. Although everything is so expensive, I feel like I still don't have all the clothing in any of the games. That'd be kind of a fun completionist run. Beat the whole game and buy all the clothes. I feel like I would have to do that in like X and Y because I feel like they really leaned into the fashion element. Alola, I like all the Hawaiian themes, but I wasn't a huge fan of all the different. All right. I wasn't a huge fan of all the different outfits in that game. They were thematic, but just not my favorite. All right, we're gonna save, and we are going into home, and you will see which Pokemon we are bringing in to be our shiny representative until we get our first shiny of our team. It's gonna be so sick. I've never done this. I've never brought in a low level shiny just to have. It won't stay on the team, but it'll help us here. All right, so I'm going here and connect the shield. All right, so I got a good amount of shinies here. Yeah, let's go to these, but Scout, that is who we're bringing in, and we're going to drop you into box 1. And that is all we needed to do. We got our shiny Eevee. That's the big reveal. Yeah, it'll be funny to see if this thing. I mean, honestly, we might get um, an evolution before we catch our first shiny. It's probably likely because we're gonna take a lot of steps, so it's gonna grow to like me. It's got the it'll have the experience boost just because it's coming from another game. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this thing looks. All right, hop in the box. And there's our shiny Eevee. So cute. All right, and now let's just check the summary. Does it tell me how many I've battled on this? I can't remember where I can look it up. No, it doesn't say. What if that mechanic takes a while to kick in? But yeah, this is my French shiny Eevee, named Scout, original trainer Argent. I named him Silver in French, staying true to the French theme from the Johto region. So cool. All right, and now we box everybody because they ain't shiny, so they're not on the team. Actually, Bladder, we're just gonna keep you for sleep powder just in case we're feeling a little dicey. But I also need to buy about 100 Pokeballs. All right. Oh, I can't buy Pokeballs yet. That's a problem. I need to look that up. When can I buy Pokeballs? I think I only have like one left. Yikes. Now I really need a. Yeah, yeah, we gotta look this up. This could be problematic. Might need to advance the game a little bit more so we can get those because I ain't doing this without at least 5 Pokeballs. I shouldn't have caught anything on that first route. When can you buy Pokeballs? And sword. I think AI is wrong. All right. Well, let me just double check. There weren't any Pokeballs in here? Come on. Maybe if I try again, it'll work. Nothing. You can buy a revive, but not a fucking Pokeball. Stupid. All right. Well, we're gonna advance the game a little bit, but we are going to be taking our trusty shiny Eevee. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that thing. So cute. All right, where do we go next? Let's check out these buildings. I think we can actually get a little Slowpoke. It'd be funny. Do we get a Slowpoke? Ooh, nope. It's crazy. No Pokeballs yet. You're killing me, Smalls. Oops. I want to sit down. I want to talk to you. What do you got for me? The world you see out the window of a train never stop changing. Isn't it lovely? Yeah. Honestly, the US needs to up its train game. After going to Europe and taking a couple trains, it's just such a nice form of transportation. I'll actually be taking the Amtrak train down to New York City in a couple weeks for my fantasy football draft. I'm getting really hyped on fantasy football. Um, yeah, I'm pretty addicted. I love football so much, and honestly, fantasy's just been such a good outlet to like keep in touch with friends. We like always got our group chat going. Buy a couple, get a couple berries. But yeah, our group chat's always going off, and it's just been a great way for us to all keep in touch over the years. And we have a fantasy draft every year that we made up for, so I feel like it's just been a good way to actually not only like chat with each other, but see each other. Oh, woo, so cute. Have a meal with one. All right, what do we got here? Polka doll. Well, hopefully we don't die here. So let's head there and give our team a chance. All right, so I think I need to get through this stretch, and then I should be able to buy some Pokeballs. But let's check the Pokedex. Maybe this is where I see number battled. Like if I come in here, yeah, number battle. Okay, so that's gonna be important too. So we're gonna need up those numbers big time. Fun to get the group, or sorry, the shiny Eevee so early. Oh, that's so cool that the Dex has it in shiny too, just because that's the first one I moved in. One thing that I love that Sun and Moon did. I don't know if Sun and Moon do it, but Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon definitely do it. Um, they give you the option to show the sh like different forms of the Pokemon in your deck, so you can, if you catch a shiny of a Pokemon, that can be the default version you see when you go over in your deck. So I did some SOS hunting in Ultra Sun and basically would get yeah, would just go in and update the decks. I just think it's a nice touch. Oh boy, Leon's here to teach us now. All right, I bet after we go through this tutorial, oh, 20 Pokeballs. We're good. We're good. We can start taking them out. We are going to try to do a little depth completion throughout all this, but it'll be a good way to just feel productive during the grinds and get some EV training into, but EV training for my EV. Yeah, actually, I want to go back and buy a hat because I just hate this thing on its head. Sorry if you wear hats like this. I think the reason I don't like it is because I would look foolish in it. So, no offense if that's not your jam, but you're probably a pretty cool person if you can pull that off. Let me say. I'm gonna see if I can find an even more embarrassing hat. All right, what are we gonna buy from this boutique? All right, not really into any of these. Stripes aren't bad. Casualty, the arcane on it. Let me just spend all my money on that. The hoodies are actually pretty sweet. All right. What's our jam? Blue. Blue hoodie might be nice. Ah, navy. Yeah, let's do navy. Yeah, we can't be hunting shinies without some cool drip on. Not the biggest fan of any of these. Maybe let's do gray pants for now. All right. Most importantly, the hat. We got the scally cap. Oh god, these don't look that cool either. Can't be Bryson DeChambeau out there. And they have more of these. That's just not what hats look like. Hmm. I'm not a fan. All right. Any cool shades? Nah. Do the white gloves. Oh, I didn't check out the shoes. What do they got for shoes? Yeah, we're good. It was expensive too. Guess that. I don't know. The pants were so cheap though. So like, where are the? I don't even know if I like this outfit, but I think it's moderately better. I take off the hat. How do I? Better quick saving. But yeah, we got to do the shiny Eevee reveal in just a second. It's gonna be sick. We got regular old Rookity and shiny Eevee. Look at that beautiful thing. Oh, it's gonna be so sick. All right, counters up, and let's tackle. And we are gonna be taking anything for a shiny here, but Rookity is gonna be the ultimate target, I think. I think if I chain them together, I'd get better. Power Trip. What's that? But yeah, I think if you do some chaining, there's some sort of odds. There really isn't great documentation online of how the shiny odds truly work. I didn't find anything. I think it's because the shiny hunting mechanics are a little bit obscure in this game. I just don't think anybody's done a perfect job of like describing how that the chaining actually works. About 6 encounters. Ooh, a little Yamper. Yeah, we'll catch the little doggy. I've never used one of these. So cute. One of my buddies just texted me seeing if I had a copy of Ultra Moon or Moon to get him an Oranguru, which I do. But actually, I think it'd be Ultra Moon. I don't know if I'm far enough into those games to. Um, actually, Moon, I think I have my completed file of the original one. Gen 7, it's pretty good. I replayed Ultra Moon somewhat recently, and I really liked it. But picked up my ball. What? All right, so we might die here. Let's get another tackle on. Don't attack me, Yamper. Be a good dog. Should probably have healed. Nuzzle. That's not good. That's actually good for the hunting. Okay. Paralyzed. We got to get back to the Poke Center. Let's get another tackle on. I think we can bring this home with Caterpie. Sorry, it's not a great start to getting affection from my Eevee there, but we have a long road ahead of us, don't you worry. I guess I should ask chat whether we want a shiny Umbreon or Espeon. I mean, Umbreon's the easy pick. The first one I got though was Espeon. I wanted to get a shiny Umbreon, or sorry, just an Umbreon. My first playthrough of like probably Silver or Gold. I can't remember which one I had first. I ended up having all three versions of Gen 2, but I only really played. I really only played. Sorry, I just gotta send this link to my buddies so I can chat with somebody. Yeah, I played all three. I don't have like a distinct playthrough memory of Gen 2, which is a little sad. I feel like Gen 1, I like remember having. I remember having a Venusaur run. I remember playing Pokemon Yellow and having like a team where I had my I had a shiny or sorry, I had a Grappler that I was trying to level up, the classic classic situation where you just keep leveling up your grappler thinking it's gonna evolve before I knew that it yeah, we gotta get the Emperor a little. This is Doggo. I feel like that fits well. I have a dog, I named him Dog. Named her Dog. Alright. Let's go back. We gotta get some heals on my my Eevee. It's gonna be my ace for the first stretch of this. Ooh, did I see an item over here? Yes, I did. Crazy they're just throwing revives around this early in the game. I do, I try not to use revives. It's funny. I feel like I just do all these self-imposed challenges anytime I'm gaming nowadays. But so like a lot of the times, like I'm I'm usually approaching every battle as a Nuzlocke and just trying not to let anybody faint. And like I'm not with wild Pokemon, I definitely ease off like diligence on that. But can we buy Pokeballs yet? Yes, we can. Yeah, because we're gonna want a couple Premier Balls. Now, if I buy 4,000, does it give me 2 Premier Balls? Yes, nice. All right, so let's load up. We're gonna get like, all right, all right. So we got some Premier Balls, 5 potions. Let's get a round of each. It's so funny, like they give you ice heals early on. When do you ever use an ice heal? I don't like. There's a chance that in my whatever 25 years of playing these games, I've never used an ice heal. I kind of want to go back to my old pants. Yeah, well, let's get like I feel like I'm feeling a yellow hoodie right now. Yellow or red. Usually I'm not a big red guy, but let's do yellow shirt. I like the yellow shirt. That actually brings this together. Yeah, we're gonna put that on. All right. I like that outfit a lot better now. Just all the colors. Oh. All right, so we got our Eevee. Yeah, we're gonna have to do so many. This is gonna be a lot of encounters. I'm excited for it though. Hoping we don't hit odds because I'm going to be manipulating the odds for us. Oh, shiny Choodle would be pretty cool too, and then you kind of stay within the typings of the starters. Again, the water type also very much in play. We can't do much to this thing though because it's rock type. So let's try to tackle it and get a little lucky. Oh, maybe it is just water. That's nice. This would be tough for an early rock fight, just because basically most of what your early encounters have are normal type moves as their first attacking moves. All right, let's talk one. It's kind of ridiculous you can just have 79 Pokeballs this early in the game. 30k is generous for money. Maybe this is a little rich kid, I think. That's what that tells me. Oh, jeez. Are we about to wipe? Let's get Doggo out here. Oh yeah, I picked up my Pokeball. That's kind of nice. Get it back. I don't even remember. Oh, actually, I've seen some people hate on Yamper's evolution, but I kind of like it. All right, hopefully this doesn't kill. No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, we're really not doing a great job though making Eevee like me. One of the goals here is to get Eevee to evolve before the before we catch our first shiny, but hopefully it's a quick one. I remember my friend or my old roommate several years ago. His name's Doug. Shout out Doug. Um, he got such good luck with shinies in Gen 8 because I remember he caught a shiny Blipbug early on. Call you You're a singer. I don't know why, but you're singing for me. Um, so he got a shiny Blipbug very early on, and then he got a shiny Growlithe later in the game. So just two full-out shinies out of nowhere. And then he was playing Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl. I can't remember which one. Probably Diamond. I feel like people lean Diamond and for the Gen 4 games, but um, he encountered a shiny Ghastly in that game. And like insane luck for just like he doesn't play that much, and I was sitting over here, barely get like didn't get any random encounters in here, and I completed the decks like 100% of this game. But then um, yeah, so he gets a shiny Ghastly encounter in Brilliant Diamond in that like haunted building in the forest, and um, he failed it because he used Curse twice, so that was a rough one. But then he also got a shiny Tentacle playing Pokemon Emerald, so this kid just he's got good luck, and I wish I could get some of that. He's got to share some of that. And hopefully this isn't a slog, but we'll see. Yeah, we're gonna be streaming all day Friday. I'm really excited. I'm just starting off my streaming career, so hopefully it's a career. Honestly, it's a hobby, and if it would ever turn into a career, that'd be cool. But for now, I'm a slave to corporate America, so we'll keep doing that until I have other alternatives. I like my job though. I'm actually moving into a new role soon. I'm kind of right in the middle of the transition, so that'll be fun. And it's on my same team, so I am getting a new manager, but I know them well, so it's nice to have that lack of variability or unknown. You know, when you get a new job, you hope it's better. So if you have any inside knowledge or know somebody at a company, it always helps to just get sign off that, you're going to a good team. Jesus. Poor Eevee. Just abusing her. Alright, counter on there. And let's bring out Blutter. Hopefully Blutter doesn't die. But we'll get our first Evo here. If Blutter can bring this home. I think we got it. We're dead to crit, but... Oh, alright. Just don't crit me. And we get the legendary Metapod on the team. Alright, just gotta respond to a text here. Let my cousin know I can trade him an Oranguru. He's playing Sun. You can't get an Oranguru. It's too bad they don't have the servers up anymore to trade on the 3DS. I know there's actually people working on modded like um, homebrew trading, like homebrew like network that you can trade on and battle on. But I think it's only for Gen 6, not Gen 7 yet. So I am excited to see if they'll ever do um, Gen 7 because I think it's a little bit more fun than Gen 6 personally. I need to give Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire a try. Just every time I try X and Y, it's not my favorite game to play. I don't know what it is. There's too many good encounters, which is like, and you could view it as a luxury, but I think I just like end up swapping the team up too much, and then I don't bond with any of the pokes on my team. So I think we got to go back a route though, so this Eevee can start leveling up. Poor little guy's just getting abused, and we need Eevee to kind of be a stud here, and we want to get an Umbreon at some point. All right, get some heals for healthcare. That must be nice. Gen 5, they should have made you pay for heals to better reflect the US. right. I wonder if the lottery exists in this game this early on. I'm not sure if it does. I'll have to check that out because it'd be kind of a fun daily challenge as I work through this. I've been playing Soul Silver lately and literally like I have been doing the lottery almost daily. And it you can't you can there's like a key item that lets you um plant berries, so I've got like pretty good volume of berries, but I actually want to start a diamond playthrough so I can just do some berry farming in Gen 4 and trade those around just so I can manipulate the stats for some of my folks. I I'll tell you what, for the past week and a half, I've been trying to hunt down a snubble, which is in the route to the left of Ecruteak, and it took me a week and a half. It's 1%, but I just couldn't get it. I evolved a Pidgey from level 3 into a Pidgeot, and then I evolved a Totodile from level 5 to a Feraligatr at level 32, and then I finally encountered it. Ridiculous time to actually get that done. All right, Scout, we're leveling up. You're gonna be a stud soon. You're gonna be smoking all these guys. It's kind of I'm sorry if there's any Squovid out fans out there, but I am not hoping I get a Squovid for my first shiny. That'd be a little bit disappointing. Jeez. Still taking big hits here. Let's see if my lady is gonna be home soon. Let me just shoot her a message. We are both going through a very busy time at work, and then she leaves for a UK trip at the end of the week. So she is not only in a busy time, but has a quick turnaround to get a lot done before the end of the week. Oh, no crit. All right, we got this. Good job, Evie. We'll go get you healed up. But you're going to be at level 7, and you're going to be smoking these fools pretty soon. Oh, yeah. I'll be completely honest. This Eevee was built in a lab. Maybe not a lab, but it was glitched. So I shiny hunted the Eevee using so there's a pretty cool glitch in Gen 1, Gen 2. So basically what you do is you trade over your shiny Gyarados to from Gold, Silver, Crystal over to Gen 1. And then from there, what you do is you can teach it Mimic, and then you have to encounter a Ditto. So then the Ditto uses Transform on your Gyarados. Then you use Mimic, so you learn Transform. And then you use Transform against the Ditto, and it turns you into a Gyarados. But some glitch happens when you do that, and then all of a sudden the Ditto you're catching has the correct stats to be shiny. So then you have a shiny Ditto, and with a shiny Ditto, the odds in Gen 2, so you trade that back over to your Gen 2 game. Ooh, we already got a Aura Pokemon. Rookie, you got Aura. But trade over that shiny Ditto, and then you can just breed with like 1 in 64 chance or something. So breeding takes forever in Gen 2, but it's actually a pretty cool way to get some Gen 2 shinies. I've been watching one streamer, I can't remember his name right now, but he's been doing like a Gen 2 dex completion by having a shiny Ditto. Just breed all these pokes, and I think it's pretty deep in, which like that's really cool. I don't have I would never do a full. I have no desire to. I don't even think I have an actual living dex right now, which is a little sad considering how much I've played these games, but I got most of it, but there's definitely some mythicals I'm missing because I'm just honestly the toughest part is it's a lame excuse. I just do not feel like um, I just do not feel like organizing all those boxes. I tried doing home one day and I got like part of the way through Gen 1 and then I accidentally dumped so many pokes in there and now it's like there's so many more. Um, so many more. So much organization to do, but then yeah, it's just it's a mess. I should probably do that one day. Maybe I'll stream me organizing my box. Oh, we got a couple encounters here. The encounter count there isn't going to be exact, but it'll be close enough. So I got a fun fact for you guys, and I don't I don't think I've seen this anywhere on the internet before, so this might be level 99 Lady and original, but in Gen 7, I don't know if this is in Sun, but it's definitely in the Ultra Sun games. So you can encounter the 1% Bagon, and that's on the first island you're at, and it's atop a cliff, which is pretty thematic. If you've read the Pokedex entries, then you know that basically Bagon throw themselves off cliffs, try and fly. Pretty sad story, but a story of determination. And so you have this Bagon encounter, 1% at the top of the cliff, and then as you know, if you SOS chain, you can actually get a Salamence at a 1% clip from the SOS encounters. Pretty cool. So I was looking to hunt the shiny Bagon, and I found that there was actually another grass patch on the first island where you can get a 10% chance at a Bagon. So I was like, oh, I'll just go do that. 9% extra chance. It'll take a little less time just to get that initial encounter. So I went down there. So basically, you have to like loop through that meadow, go down through a cave, and then you come out and then surf over to this little other grass patch on a separate island. And what you'll see is that the grass patch with the 10% bag on has is directly below the grass patch of the 1% above. So basically, these Bagon have been throwing themselves off the cliff, and they are more common encounters below because there's so many that just have jumped off and not succeeded to fly. And what's even funnier is that the SOS encounter you get down there isn't Salamence, it's Shelgon. So basically, what they're saying is that these Bagon throwing themselves off the cliff can't fly, but some of them evolve into a Shelgon, and then once they can fly, then they fly up to the grass patch on top. So I thought that was some pretty cool storytelling within just like the route encounter. So +1 for Gen 7. I think it's sick. But yeah, Gen 7, that's where it was pretty low on the totem pole for my rankings. I should probably do a video or a stream where I just rank the gens. I think that'd be interesting to do, but it just depends on the flavor of the week. I think, surprisingly, I think like I have Gen 1 over Gen 2 for sure, but I think both of them are probably on the lower end at this point. Just the mechanics don't hold up that much, but I do love the sprites. You can't beat those sprites in the OG games, but they just kept getting better and better throughout. There's just like no debating that. All right. Yeah, we're getting our Rookity encounters up because that's the target here. But I don't see any Wooloos, which is like we got to get Wooloo in play as well. We'll have a rotating cast of targets throughout this. What's shiny Yamper look like? Is that a good shiny? Let's pull that up. What is everybody's favorite Pokemon website? I'm a Cerebi guy. I like Bulbapedia, but I feel like I can never find exactly what I mean. Shiny Yamper's alright. What's the evolution? Boltund? Yeah, I mean, it gets a little darker. It's pretty cool, but I won't say that's the target here. When does Yamper evolve? It's probably in the 20s. I feel like that's like, it's a Manectric clone, kind of. Yeah, I just think Boltund is cool. I like how fast it is, but I think Manectric just did it better. That's just the reality. Alright, I think my Eevee likes me a little more now. Alright, let's let's go to a new grass patch. Oh, Nickit. That would be a cool one too. That is a great shiny too. Funny name too. All right, let's do. I think we gotta catch this Nickit though. Imagine if that was shiny. Oh, it is so cool. I don't know why I didn't have one on my team in my first playthrough. All right, yeah, let's catch this guy. Beat up. Be nice, Nick. I feel like it's red, so I feel like I just want to have a fire type, but I think the solo dark type is pretty cool too. And we're adding it to the team. All right, I'll be right back. And we're back. All right. Got Nickit on the team. We'll name you, what are we, female. Let's do Foxy. All right. And just gotta commit some Rookity genocide here. That's how we're gonna do this. Yeah, I should get those odds clarified just so I know how many of these I actually need to. I mean, I gotta kill 300 to get the best odds. But that'll take a while. Especially because I'm not only going to be encountering Rookity for this, so probably need to square away exactly what these odds are. But Eevee's just going to start one-shotting fools pretty soon, so it'll get a little quicker. Yeah, Rookity just has the whole line, great designs. Some of the better ones. Yeah, probably the best bird line of all the games. I mean, Talonflame's really cool. I really like Toucannon as well. I think it's a fun thematic a Lowen bird, but all right, so we got a trainer up here. I think Eevee's ready for a real battle. All right, let's get it. Shiny Eevee, bring us home. Ooh, we got quick attack. It's a nice pickup. Yeah, Eevee's got a great shiny. She's so cute. Maybe I just don't evolve this Eevee, but I don't have an Everstone, so it's evolving whenever it does. All right, picking up a little bit of cash money. All right, let's see where we're at for encounters. I just want to see. Like, this is going to take a while, but one Caterpie, 12 Rookies. Actually, will be a good way to track encounters overall, actually. So I should probably keep an eye on these counts just so I can ensure that I have the right count on my things. We can do a true up at the end of each stream to make sure I got the right number on there. Because I don't have the automatic video recognition that tells me when I've done the encounters right. Or when it captures the encounters. It's I was listening to somebody's stream. I think it was Poseidon's doing the Root Master challenge. That is like incredible challenge he's doing, but I could never do it. I do not have the diligence. I've seen a couple of people pick it up doing it using emulators with speed up, which that would be the only way I would ever consider it, honestly. It's just too much time. But hopefully I just get that shiny roll early. I wonder what Rookie's other ability is, because Unnerve isn't that exciting for a Corsair sick. So it gets pressure and Unnerve. So neither ability's that great, so Unnerve's fine. Neither of those will really come in play for a playthrough. Keen Eye I like a little bit better though. Accuracy going down is one of the more frustrating things that can happen. I'm also going to look up the odds for Gen 8, just so I know what I'm working with here. Alright, we trust Reddit. This is not what I'm looking for. Alright. Smogon. What do we got here? Also, there's even a 1 KO. So even one. Was that Chainman? Okay, so. Oh, this is actually exactly what I need. So I can get the odds down to 1 in 1529, which still is not that great without the shiny charm. But yeah, those odds aren't. Oh, you get the bonus rolls. I don't exactly know how that works. I think it's just like in the chain. But yeah, I guess we're just gonna try to chain these all together. I'm still a little confused exactly what we're working with here, but it definitely goes down. I mean, getting down to 1 in 1500, but that requires 500 killed, so. And then if you chain up to 25, you maximize it. So that's not too bad. But basically, I just need to kill 500 of these things, and then we start getting the advantage flowing in. I don't know if any of these other guys on my team had a chance to evolve anytime soon. Eevee's probably the most likely. All right, almost one shot in these guys. That'll be nice once we get there. But let's talk wins and waves because I'm really excited for that game, and I'm really glad that they're letting the devs cook and just taking their time with it. I think it'll only mean good things for our experience playing it. I feel like there's going to be got to be some X factor with the gameplay. With the introduction of champions, I think there's less pressure to fit the standard formula for a Pokemon game. So I think we have a good chance. I like that you can just get 2 potions there. I think there's a good chance that we get a an improved or just like more interesting gameplay mechanics in the new games. All right, no shiny Rickety yet. All right, I might be calling it soon. Got to make some dinner. Got to finish up some work, and probably won't stream again until Friday, but I'll be on all day. So if anyone happens across this stream, definitely join me Friday. Let's get up to 25 encounters though. 21's an awkward place to stop. We'll actually do the true up. I'll have to do some mental math. But yeah, and I'll shave off like 2 or 3 just because I have battled a couple trainers, so I think that counts towards the overall battle, but we can get down to the exact amount. Yeah, and let's finish this battle here too. We'll get to the end of the route, and then we'll call it. We'll throw a potion on Scout too, because we don't want our little Eevee fainting here. But yeah, I expect some. Like, what would be the coolest Wind and Waves like mechanic? Because I think Palworld's kind of forcing their hand to get a little bit more creative with it. I've never played Palworld, but I should probably give it a try. Some of the designs look pretty cool. Some of them are shockingly similar to Pokemon, which I find a little lazy. And when the game first came out, they kept talking about how they are big on using AI. So I just got a feeling that they dumped Pokemon designs and said, change these things. But I think overall competition in a genre, like the monster hunting genre, is only a good thing for the players. So I think it'll force Game Freak to spin up something interesting for Winds and Waves. I don't think we've seen what they're going to do with the world, and I hope there's maybe sky islands, maybe up in the clouds or something like that. Because like Wind and Waves, there's gonna be, we know there's underwater, but there's got to be something to do up in the air. Like obviously encounter pokes up there, but maybe we're gonna get a little Tears of the Kingdom energy off of the out of Winds and Waves and have a whole world to explore up there. But I'm gonna keep my no, honestly, my expectations are gonna be pretty high overall. I think that they really need to deliver a good like. When was the last time we got a true like 9 out of 10? I think Legends Arceus was great, but I think when you really factor in the grand scheme of games, like it's probably an 8 out of 10 game, 8.5. I think it's a really good game, but they need to get higher quality products out, and I think they've been resting on their laurels a little too long. And Winds and Waves, I want to be a true 9 out of 10, just because like Legends Arceus, great music. I think the graphics are just, you know, they're not up to par relative to other games. Like Breath of the Wild looked really good, and it had it did so much with open world, and I think Legends Arceus was getting there, and I think they've done it with each a Gen 8 and Gen 9 game they came out with. I think they did a lot of interesting things and interesting spins on things, but I think they can do better. And when you look at what other franchises and just games are doing, like it doesn't need to be super great graphics. Like we're looking at, it's a cartoony graphic style. It gives you some leeway on, it doesn't need to look like 4K crazy visuals, but I think they can do better overall. And they just need to hit on most aspects. They don't need to like hit on everything, but I like to see them just just give us something that is a truly great game in the grand scheme of video games, because there's so many franchises out there that do so many cool things, and I'm sitting here replaying these Pokemon games over and over again. I just want it to be of the quality of a Zelda game, or um, even like what are other RPGs? Expedition 33 was insanely good. There's just like so many quality games out there, and I think Pokemon has Pokemon. That's why we love it. But I just think it needs to be they they can do better, and I think they're given more dev time, so I think they have opportunity to really enhance the experience overall. The graphics already look a lot better, and it does not seem to have any of the issues that, from a performance perspective, that Legends Arceus had, and Scarlet and Violet was pretty bad. It's much better on the Switch too. I played a little bit of it on the Switch too. I should probably give that a revisit at some point, but um, yeah, I'm excited. I just don't know what gameplay mechanics they can introduce. It has to be more than just the standard formula. I still want a lot of the standard formula, catching Pokemon, completing the decks, the gym, like some version of a gym challenge that's obviously assumed, but I just want to get a I don't know if it's like crafting or base building. I don't think I'd be the biggest fan of base building in a game, but um, in Pokemon at least. But they got to do something that's unique, because I think Power World's really forcing their hand on just like they need to do something different, switch up the formula, just so they can compete with them. Because just think of how cool it would be. Oh, nice. I don't know if I ever knew about those back here. Oh, nice. Team 57. Sweet. I don't know if any of my folks can learn that. Nick definitely can, but that's a pretty cool secret. I feel like that's not super obvious. You can miss that. I don't want to battle him right now. Alright, yep. I guess we're battling Hop. Yeah, we're gonna do this battle, get 4 more encounters, and then I'm gonna hop off here. He's got the Wooloo with good defense, so I might throw out a couple tail whips, but he ain't got no shiny. Not like me. We're built different here. I love that they just let you transfer guys in so early in the game. That's fun. Like the fact that I could just like in theory import in like a custom starter for this game is pretty cool. Get my boy Cubone in as a starter, that'd be a fun run. Kanto Marowak is my all-time favorite poke, hands down. It's just so good. No, I need to get the set mode. That's one thing I'm a snob about. Gotta have set mode when I play now, just to give a little challenge. Because like Switching to the optimal poke in a battle is just it makes the game too easy. I'm 32 years old. I can handle, you know, tactically switching. It makes the game more fun too, because these games are just very easy. I the wild area doesn't look that good in this game, but all of these more curated routes are really nice looking. I think they had great environment design for these. All right, we might actually get an evolution here. No, we're not switching. If my Caterpie can, or my Metapod can get a level up, and we'll have a Butterfree ready. I wonder what level I'll get just by battling all these wild pokes over the next, whatever, 20 hours. Sorry, Hop. Just don't have it. You don't have that X factor, baby. What's Leon got to say to us? Letter of endorsement. All right, so I think we can start the gym challenge now. But we're not doing that until we get our first shiny. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research on exactly how these odds work. Pull up a few more YouTube videos. Shooting star, so pretty. I do not remember the plot of this at all. I have no idea what that thing does. Oh, Dynamax. I see. That makes sense. These are kind of hurting my head right now. Shield. Why type sword in there? Oops. And I forget how to spell shield. Don't make me cook curry right now. Oh no, I think she just gave us some curry to heal. Alright, we're back over here. But yeah, I think Gen 10 will be. I think that they are taking it seriously, and it's funny. I truly think Pal World is honestly just like making them try even harder um, to make sure it's a good game. All right. Can I now just finally get back to my encounters? I'm sick of this plot. Alright, I've really had enough of you, huh? This tutorial is kind of painful. And I don't think it's even done yet, technically, till the first gym, but I don't think we'll be dealing with it much after this right here. All right, going to the station, so we're good. We're done with all these cutscenes. All right, let's get a couple more Rookity encounters, and then we'll do a true up. I think I'm around 25. I'll get to 25, at least for this count, and then we'll see what I've actually done so far. Honestly, 35 is a pretty nice PP amount to just chain these encounters. I'm going to do some research before the next stream just so I have all of these odds and stats figured out. Nick, it's so cool. Underrated. I wish it was a little faster. That's my only problem with it. Having slow speed poke is just speed is the most important stat overall. It just he's got quick attack, so there we go. Doesn't matter if he got quick attack. Can't believe we're not one-shotting these guys yet. Ooh, I like how it's a little tail flare there. Yeah, the animations in these games were such an improvement in the models. Like, it's kind of funny because everybody was like talking about how crappy the models look, and they need improved models from the 3DS era, and they did that, and then it's all the attack animations don't look as good. So I feel like there's always something wrong with the game. So it's funny just the online hive mind, like they address one thing and then we'll freak out about the next thing. So there's always something to criticize, but I think overall the criticisms are usually fair, but they just get overblown because everybody loves to freak out about stuff. Oh, here we go. Butterfree out of pollution. I love Butterfree. It's so cute. There it is. It's a pretty quick evolution animation. I don't mind that. Well, let's get through it quick. And Gust. What else we get? No confusion? I thought it was confusion. It's probably the earlier gens. Gust makes a little more sense. I don't know why I learned confusion. It was great for the Gen 1 games just because getting that special attack early on was pretty important, but I might go over to the first route. I kind of like some of the encounters better over there, but I'm going to do a little bit of research on which pool of encounters I want, whether it's Route 1 or Route 2 that I prefer. I think I could technically hunt the Phoebus, but that would take forever. Actually, no, I don't think the water patch where you can fish is available this early in the game. Alright, so let's do one more encounter. Yeah, we'll finish with you. This Yamper could kill me. It's got Nuzzle, so get some hacks on me. Yep, and of course it Nuzzles first. Alright, let's quick attack. Keep the speed advantage. I can't remember if tackle is 40 or 50 based on. I think it might be 30 based on that. Quick attack seems to do a bit more than tackle. Para hacks, we hate that. Alright. I'm picking up some EVs on Eevee. We love that. Alright, and that's 25. Okay, so let's do the true up. So, you gotta remember, we're gonna like take out like 4 just because I think I battled a couple guys on the way here, so We got 2 Blip Bugs, 1 Caterpie, so that's 3. 23 Rookies. We probably battled 1 or 2, so we'll shave off 1. So we're at 22. Definitely battled 1 or 2 of those. We'll call it 2. So that brings us to 25. Battled 1. So now we're at 28. Definitely we battled it twice in a trainer battle, so that's 27. No trainer battles against that, 29. And then I don't think we battled either of those in trainers, so that would be 31 and Eevee. So we're up to 31 encounters. And that is that. All right. And that is where we are going to end. So I will catch you all Friday for a long full day stream. Going to be on for at least like 5 hours, but we'll go longer if we start getting some people on the stream. But